everybody? It's your boy Chaos. So welcome to a special episode, the final episode of 2022 of Take It to the Table. I am joined by none other than the regular guest, Soul and Ignacio. How you doing today, fellas?
We're doing pretty dandy, I bet. But how was the let's pronounce it right, Chaos, Caribbean? How was the Caribbean? Not the fucking Caribbeans. Come on, man.
The Caribbean? The Caribbean.
See, how do you say it, Ignacio? How do you say it?
The Caribbean.
Caribbean. Okay, you're just
wrong.
No. I do not say it like that at all. But yeah, the Caribbean was awesome. Okay, yeah, much better than the cold snap that we had in the UK. I'm still feeling it here as I got my thick onesie on. What do you call these? Hoodies? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
You were fucking enjoying the sun, and I was here slipping and scalped my knee on across the fucking ice.
And that's the same every day for Scotland.
Yeah, that's fucking every day.
Exactly.
Monday.
But yeah, we've got a jam-packed episode as well. So we're gonna be talking about obviously Dynamite that's gonna be on as of this recording tonight. Our friend Ignacio is gonna be there at the show as well. So he's gonna give his twos what he expects and what he hopes. He's definitely can't wait to see his best friend, the Yocho, Chris Jericho, on the show as well. What else we're gonna be talking? We're gonna be talking about say again?
I don't even think he's advertised to be on, is he?
I don't know. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it eventually to see what's going on. We'll talk about Kenny Omega's AEW contract coming up to a close as well. It's expiring soon. Rumors about AEW coming up with a new possible set for the new year. Also the Sasha Banks situation as well. All that stuff and everything else in between. But yeah. Before we get into that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It always goes a long way. And without further ado, let us take it to the table. All right. So let's pretty much start with the one of the biggest stories that's been pretty much not plagued, but it's been talked about all year since she's walked out alongside Naomi, and that is of course Sasha Banks. It's been a while since we've been in the same vicinity to even really talk about the situation, but obviously everyone knows that she's pretty much scheduled to appear at Wrestle Kingdom. Well, I just wanted to get your thoughts on obviously with regards that her prior contract was actually expired with WWE back in the summer, and what do you think what is her intentions in New Japan? So yeah, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on the whole situation regarding Sasha Banks. So we'll start with Soul.
It's interesting to say the least. I mean, I remember when the news first broke, I was the only one who agreed with the Fed in how they handled it. You know, as of now, I still agree with that point. You know, they walked out, I think, just before the show was about to begin and all that. A bit, I know it's to get their point across. Fair enough. I'm still in agreement with the Fed on that situation. But what she's doing now is weird. I mean, New Japan, of all things, is interesting. I mean, a hell of a get for them to help build up this IWGP Women's Championship that Kyrie's holding at the moment. I mean, that'll be a huge thing. I don't know if it's going to be a match that's going to be made on Wrestle Kingdom itself, because I think Wrestle Kingdom's multiple nights this next year as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, fair play to them if they can secure that and get that all organized and done. That's going to be big for them. Well, I mean, what does she do after that? Is she going to remain in Stardom? Is she going to do something? I mean, I initially thought that her whole plan was Hollywood. You know, with her appearing in Mandalorian and connections with her cousin Snoop Dogg. That, you know, I just figured that was the plan for her. But you know, hey, I mean, my thing on Sasha Banks was I originally didn't see anything interesting in her at all. I thought she was just and I think I'm changing my tune on that. I think why I didn't really like Sasha at all was more of her fan base than her herself. I decided to do a chronicle. I watched her WWE chronicle, and then I watched a few of her matches. Her and Bayley in NXT Takeover, I watched that. And then I watched a few of her main roster stuff as well. And I actually am a fan of hers. I do enjoy her work. And I hope to see her back in the ring at some point. Is she Soraya's partner for this LA show at Dynamite next year against Baker and Tater? Maybe. I mean, that'd be like the most extreme one I could think of, unless we're going to see Thunder Rosa, Statlander, or somebody off the injury list come back at that show. Who knows? But hey, it's that's going to be a hell of a way to start 2023.
Yeah. The whole situation has been a complete whirlwind. Along with all the other whirlwinds that's been happening in this year alone. But yeah, her case is very, very interesting. Um, there's a question I wanted to obviously get into once we get Ignacio's thoughts on this whole situation. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what goes on, what happens with her at the after Wrestle Kingdom, if she's even appearing. I know she's at the show, but it may just be like a passover. She might be just be backstage. There's no real talk of her actually doing something there. But
She might be commentary. She might be special guest referee.
yeah,
We don't know at this point.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting situation. What about you, Ignacio? What's your thoughts on the whole Sasha Banks situation? Do you think it's very random for it to very far left for it to go to New Japan? Like, what do you think is her intentions?
No, because she's talking about before how much she was in love with Japanese wrestling growing up and whatever she was introduced to as far as their style over there. I know she's always wanted to. She's trained a little bit with some of the girls or individuals over there, and then recently she's trained in Mexico. So it doesn't surprise me that she found her way over there, especially when apparently negotiations or renegotiations or renegotiations with WWE have kind of fallen through. And I think apparently, according to what everybody's been reading or what's been popping up, is that her asking price is too outlandish. Which is if she's asking for like, hey, I want to get paid as much as Charlotte or Becky or Bianca or whatever, I don't think that's too out of bounds. And if she's asking for more than them, then I think maybe she might be stretching it a little bit. But if she's asking to get paid, then she's one of the top. She was one of the top women there, so she's just asking just to get as paid as much as them. I don't think that's very unfair. Or maybe she's asking more for her merchandise, a better percentage, whatever. I think if WWE couldn't give her what she wanted as far as price, I doubt AEW's willing to match her number. And if they do give her somewhat of a good deal, she's probably going to be wrestling like on a limited basis with them, like pay-per-views, a main show here and there, like the Fight for the Fallen, those events that they do, the
specials,
spring break bash, and all that stuff. So if we do see her there, it'll probably be for a show like that. But yeah, I don't think her asking price or what she thinks of herself is out of bounds. She was a superstar in WWE, and then with her venturing into Hollywood in the Mandalorian show and the little stuff she's done here and there, that makes her a more marketable star. Mm-hmm. So if they're not willing to pay up, then she wants to go do other things. And I think she said that she wanted to do like more movies and shows and Marvel and stuff like that. Well, then she should go do that. She should go do that if they're willing to give her parts that she desires or what fits her. And this stuff with Japan, I think it's just a cash grab until she finds her way back to WWE, because I think she will find her way back there. Will it be within the next year or so, or in 2024 or whatever? She'll end up back there. It's just a matter of time. So whatever she's doing in Japan, I think it's just something to check off her bucket list, and I don't think it would probably be a nail in the coffin for her or a check off her bucket list to say that she helped start up New Japan Pro Wrestling and the Stardom relationship and build their women's division over there. I think that'd be a feather in her cap, is a better way to put it. She could do the same for AEW. Look, both AEW, I've expressed on what I feel about AEW and WWE's women's division right now. They need help, and she'd be a great asset to AEW's women's division. Now that they have Saraya there, and if they can just wait and hold on and book it right, she can get in the ring with Britt Baker. So she'd be a great addition, because she'd be the biggest star there. But if they don't want to give her asking price, then she should go do other things, take a break from wrestling for a little while, rest your body, get some rest. And then it's what's that old saying? It's hard to miss you if you don't go away for a little while.
Yeah,
so I think either way it's beneficial. And if she does movies and things like that, well, then that only makes her more marketable, makes her a bigger star.
True, I agree with that. Fair enough. I mean, if Sasha does go to AEW, I think she will be a great addition there, because I feel like they need to hire a lot more female talent than male talent that they've done this past year. What I would like to see with Sasha doing AEW, I want her easily to dethrone Jade for the TBS Championship. That would be because I think with Sasha is she likes to have the belts and elevates them. Like she wanted to do it with the tag belts. She wanted to bring meaning back to them. And I think that's something she could enjoy doing with the TBS championship. I mean, imagine this, Jade's like 49-0 and she knows Sasha's in AEW and she's like, gets really cocky. She's like, hey, for my 50th win, I'm going to make it a big thing. I'm going to challenge Sasha at Double or Nothing or Revolution. And the baddies are like, hey, whoa, you shouldn't do this. I know it's your big 50th win. You want to make it memorable, but she's just too big for you. And she's like, nah, I got this. I'm cocky. I got this. Then loses. And then we could have like a falling from grace arc for Jade. Maybe she goes on a wee losing streak. The baddies turn on her and we get Jade turning face. I feel like Jade would be good.
That'd be good. Like she just starts losing left and right on Dynamite and Rampage. The baddies leave her. She gains like 30 pounds or something with like a big old fucking beer gut and shit.
Hey, didn't Bobby Lashley say he wanted to do that? He wanted to gain a lot of weight.
Yeah, as well. He wanted to gain like so much weight, and Vince was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and then she can go like she can get I don't know, like who's the Danielson or somebody or somebody who can be like a manager or / trainer and do like training videos of stuff, doing weights and CrossFit and all that stuff and get back into shape. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah. Look at Tony.
It's different. Yeah, I like it. So yeah, my question to you guys, because right now, even though they said that her contract has run out since the summer and whatnot, Sasha Banks' profile is not even in the alumni section. It's still showing as part of the active roster. My question to you guys is: this still? Do you think there's a little partial, that the little glint of chance that this could be a working partnership between WWE and New Japan? Because Carl Anderson, he's going to be wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom, and he's pretty much a full-time superstar. Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be at not Wrestle Kingdom, but I think is it Noah?
Noah, he's going to be facing the Great Muta. I think his last singles match, if I'm correct. I'm not too
familiar. Yeah, like a farewell tour. Yeah, it's like a farewell.
But he's doing something with Sting and Darby. Yeah, and like a trios match. I know that's happening. To be fair, that WWE like alumni and main roster section thing on the app is hardly ever fucking updated. Like I don't even know if they fucking noticed. Like if you look at
it now, worse than AEW's one though.
Oh god, yeah, AEW's one's like got fucking multiples and like people like Evil Uno's graphic wasn't updated since 2019. It was like finally changed, and I was like, all right, you finally got. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. I get that point, but I don't know. I mean, if you look at the whole roster thing on the app, like people like Edge is still an alumni on his, but he's on like the main roster. He doesn't have an officiated brand. I think he's like it's broken. Like nothing's really fucking updated. I honestly doubt they've even noticed. But could it be a partnership thing? Very well. I mean, Carl Anderson doing the Never Openweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom. That could be a separate contract thing. Shinsuke going over to Noah. I mean, this was something we never would have seen with Vince in charge.
Oh no,
we would have done none of this. But maybe it could be, and maybe we can finally get like a big New Japan, AEW, WWE Forbidden Door pay-per-view. I fucking watched the shit out of that.
Yeah, I think probably. I guess the big clue is if she does show up at Wrestle Kingdom,
and she's called Sasha Banks.
Yeah, then yeah, I think that would be the big.
And I know she's done some trademarks for her real name and some like catchphrases and stuff. So the deciding factor will be what she's announced as and who she comes out as at Wrestle Kingdom. Will basically be the deciding factor for this two-way story. If she's still with WWE partnership or is this a solo act thing?
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ignacio? Do you think it's a working partnership, or do you think she's definitely gone and WWE just can't bother to update their roster?
Yeah, they need to update that roster. I think for now she's gone, and she's just probably decided just to kind of play the field a little bit. I think maybe if she could work it out, I think maybe she might be more interested in maybe cutting something with AEW and New Japan since their relationship has already been established. Mm-hmm. Like she can work AEW and then work New Japan shows, their main shows throughout the year. I think there's a better chance of that than her being with WWE and then New Japan at the same time. Just because that AEW already has that relationship with New Japan, I think there's more likely that she cut something with AEW and New Japan. And then going back to what Sol mentioned earlier, as far as her being rumored as Saraya's partner in the January 11th show for Dynamite. I think it's January 11th. I think at this point, if it's anybody else than Sasha, it's going to be a disappointment because they just built it up so much.
Yeah.
I think if it is Thunder Rosa, then the crowd by now definitely on social media from stuff that I've seen. The crowd or the audience is already turning on Thunder Rosa, and if they put her in that position, I think they're gonna boo her out of the building. I don't think that's gonna be a place to put Thunder Rosa. But other than that, who else could the other person the Soul mentioned, the alien, the former alien?
Oh, Chris. I think she's out for quite a while. That knee.
Yeah, she was out. I think she was out with a meniscus tear.
So other than that, other than it being Sasha Banks, I think it's going to be somewhat of a disappointment. I think people are probably going to be expecting her by now.
Yeah. I mean, on the top of my head, the women that are injured on AEW's list, I think it's quite small. Honestly, it's Thunder Rosa, Statlander, Layla Hirsch, and I think that's it. I think it's just the three.
I know Thingy's injured. What's Penelope Ford? She's injured again.
She injured again.
Yeah. She in her first match back, she injured again in that same match.
But I think they can get somebody from Impact, like Dorana Purrazzo,
Jordan Grace,
Jordan Grace or something. But I mean,
maybe imagine if it's Mickey James or something like that on her last rodeo thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
maybe
I think somebody or they're expecting something big. And that I think in everybody's minds is going to be Sasha Banks, and I think it's going to be a disappointment if it's not her.
Yeah.
So I just went on the WWE app to have a look at the actual things and see what's up. Something actually is updated well. Like they've got the new titles on some of the people, but some of the stuff is like out of date. Like they've got Noam Dar as the NXT UK Heritage Cup winner still active.
Oh my god.
They've got John Cena still on the current roster. They've got Beth Phoenix active but alumni. They've got Blair Davenport, who's just like her screen's just black. I don't know what's going on with her. I really enjoyed her stuff. They've got Bray Wyatt as the Fiend on here. They've got it's messy. Like they've got Jerry the King Lawler still active on the roster apparently.
For fuck's sake. Okay, I think Blair Davenport. I think she finally arrived at NXT 2.0. I'm pretty sure, but she's called something else. She's not Blair Davenport, but yeah, flipping the Fiend, really.
Miss McMahon is still current on the roster.
Oh yeah, they've abandoned that shit. Unless that's mandatory, they can't move him no matter what.
Yeah, if you try to, it's like deleting Error 37 or something like that.
Blue screen of death. Okay, well, yeah, definitely. First things first. Definitely, they got to prioritize the updating on the roster in there because I do see with certain articles. They always do mention that certain people do get released. They're immediately put on the alumni, but maybe that's the difference between are you looking at the website or the app?
I'm looking at the app.
It's probably the app that is way behind. I think
because Shane's still on here.
Who?
Shane McMahon.
See what I mean? Yeah, I think the website is more active or more prominent than the app.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that if it's not Sasha Banks, or someone that can match that, which right now people that are free, maybe it could be Naomi, but you don't rule out Naomi.
Oh yeah, to be fair, she was seen with Jade at some basketball game, I think, on Instagram, and everyone lost their fucking minds.
Yeah, so it could very well be mine and Naomi. She might not be the same stature, but like it was a very high profile walkout that they did, so that kind of elevated her a bit. So, and everyone thinks that she's severely underrated, which she is. I think she should be treated a bit better.
I loved her theme as well. The glow theme.
Oh, the Feel the Glow theme.
Yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. It was really rocking. I really enjoyed hearing the rumble and all that shit. But it's like, like it.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, people. What's your thoughts on the Sasha Banks situation? Is she going to be showing up in New Japan? Or do you think she should just go back to WWE, or just stuff it all in and then just go Hollywood, go full Dwayne Johnson on it? Speaking of which, did you hear about him? He's being dropped as Black Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole fucking DC universe has just been nuked.
Yeah, the whole James
What
Gunn
a
came in.
car crash that has been. I mean, I remember seeing the Man of Steel trailers. Like this was like maybe a year or two after the Dark Knight Rises, and it was like, oh, this is all going to be connected. Like, yeah, it's going to be cool. It's like, nah, fresh new stuff, and it's like, all right, okay, fine. And then everyone got all like,
So they're
butt
nuking,
Superman.
they're nuking all Marvel plans because Black Adam was so bad. Was that it? It was
Marvel. You mean DC?
DC, yeah.
Careful there,
Yeah.
careful there. The nerds will snap your neck.
So James Gunn, obviously, he's the new president of the DC Studios, and yeah, he basically wants to start a whole fresh thing. The whole thing that Zack Snyder did with Justice League and Wonder Woman and all that. Yeah, that's all being nixed. He's starting afresh. Henry Cavill, he's been nixed as Superman, even though
Man,
he
he's
just announced
doing a
he's coming back.
40K Space Marine cinematic universe now. I'm all for that shit.
Yeah, Warhammer, definitely. Yeah, I'm all for that. I do
like
feel bad for him.
The thing about Cavill is he's such an awesome guy. Like he knows his shit. Like the fact is, like you could go to him and be like, right, in lore wise, why does this connect to this? And he'd probably give you like a 500-page essay. The dude's awesome. I love the dude. The dude's fucking awesome. I mean, to be fair with James Gunn, his stuff's the only DC universe shit I've seen.
Okay, fair enough. So you haven't seen Justice League, you haven't seen Wonder Woman.
I mean, after seeing the Batman Superman memes, I was just like, yeah, I'm dipping out of this shit.
Oh yeah, no, Batman vs Superman was shit. But Justice League, the one that came out, the extended version, that is way better than the one that came out.
Oh yeah, the one that's 4 hours long. Yeah, sure. I want to watch a WrestleMania like 2 p.m.
Hey, Avengers Endgame was 3.5 hours long, and that was one of the best Marvel movies out there. So you can, if you can.
Hey, whoa! That was not Spider-Man 2 with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire. That's the best Marvel movie ever. Now
I know. You know what I mean. In the MCU, all right. I know Spider-Man 2 is definitely is endeared to my heart. Don't worry, we're going off track here. But I'm just saying, like, I just feel bad for The Rock and Henry Cavill that they literally just made their movies and their comebacks, respectively, and they both getting kicked out.
They've been featured endeavored by James
Gunn. Hilarious. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Still sticking with AEW. We're going to be talking about Kenny Omega. Now, there's been reports of his contract coming to an end in January. He initially signed a 4-year deal back in 2019, and obviously it's coming up to a close. And there's still no word of him, from as far as I can tell, that he's going to be resigning. There's words that he's going to be waiting until the Young Bucks' contract comes up, and then they're going to do it together, or some weirdness. I'm not sure. But yeah, my question to you guys: do you think he's stalling out for more money? Do you think he's actually going to dip because now he's being welcomed back into New Japan after he pretty much was exiled for quite a while? So, like, I just want to get you guys' thoughts on the whole situation, as well as us. Also, he got bitten and beaten up by Punk and Ace Steel. So, that might be still sore in his head, in his mind. So, I just want to get your thoughts on the situation. So, if you will.
Yeah, I'll put this plainly. Kenny ain't fucking leaving. There's no way I can ever see in my mind Kenny leaving AEW. I mean, that's the house he built. He's gonna stay there, and with the Bucks,
Cody.
Yeah, fair enough, but I mean, it's Kenny. It's Kenny Omega. I fucking love.
Yeah,
Kenny,
but it's Cody. I'm joking. I'm playing. Go on.
Fuck Cody. Nah, I mean, I think Kenny's awesome. I love Kenny as a wrestler. Dude's fucking amazing. I don't give a fuck what Ignacio says about Twinkle Toes.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like,
I mean, literally, like, there's no fathomable chance in my mind that I see Kenny leaving. I will fucking eat my words. If Kenny somehow appears on NXT 2.0 as Dennis Rodman or fucking Dennis the Menace or some weird fucking redone name of shit like that, I'll fucking eat my words. I will fucking eat my words.
Wow. Make sure I'm going to clip this. I'm going to make sure.
It's like that fucking Wolf of Wall Street meme of fucking Leonardo DiCaprio just going, I ain't fucking leaving. That is fucking Kenny. He's no leaving. He's no fucking leaving. I'm confident.
Fair enough. What about you, Ignacio? What's your thoughts on your second best friend, Kenny Omega? Do you think he's going to be dipping? Do you think he's going to be staying? What's going on?
Well, first, putting my personal feelings about him aside, I think that I don't think Hunter even wants him. I think the fan base that Hunter thinks that they would attract with Kenny Omega already watches WWE either to shit on it or to enjoy it. So I think there wouldn't be no point in WWE signing Kenny Omega or the Young Fucks or whatever. So no, I think he's gonna stay. He'll stay with AEW because I think not too long ago, when he was recovering, he did an interview with somebody. I read it somewhere that he's not even planning on wrestling that much longer anymore. Like maybe a little bit past 40 or something. I think he mentioned because he's had an array of injuries. But yeah, I think he's staying with AEW. I don't think Hunter or WWE has any interest in him in any way. And I think he's just the worst human being on the planet. I think he's the shits. I think he's an embarrassment to the wrestling business. Him and the Young Bucks, and they should be bagging groceries or selling hot dogs in a street corner.
At Kroger's. Shout out to Braun Strowman.
This man said Kenny's the worst human being on the planet
Kroger's.
when we got fucking OJ Simpson, fucking Elon Musk, fucking Jeffrey Epstein, and all these fuckers running around. He's like, nah, Kenny Omega, worst human being ever.
He's an embarrassment. He's the worst. Okay, I'll change that. He's the worst human being in the wrestling business. No, he's the second worst because Jericho's the first.
No, you got fucking Teddy Hart around. Come on, man.
I was just waiting for it. You just had to squeeze that in. I love it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll be very shocked. You know, it's almost up there with Cody Rhodes. I think Kenny leaving Cody Rhodes leaving was definitely probably the biggest. Yeah, so it's definitely up there though. I'll be very surprised if he left. There's no reason for him to leave. He got what he got his wish. CM Punk is pretty much all but out from the company. And you know, they're having this great best of 7 series. And you know, they're going to win back the trios. Don't start, Ignacio.
I don't know why you're fucking laughing. You're gonna be there sitting live, bitch.
That's gonna be my bathroom break.
Oh, you're gonna be in the bathroom for 30 minutes having a tricky shit.
Go get a drink.
Fucking arsehole.
Oh my god. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. That, you know, is like you say, is his home. You know, there's no reason. Everything is fine. Their morale is very good there. So yeah, I think he's just longing it out to see if he can get a good payday from them, alongside with the Bucks. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say on it, really. Who is he facing at New Japan? Who is it again? Hold on,
Will Ospreay, IWGP US Championship.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's gonna be a banger. Okay, cool.
I know, and I hope it's in a good time for us. It's not like fucking 3 a.m. or some dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Okay, so there's 12 matches already booked, and that's just on January 4th. Okay. Man. All right, cool.
Are they doing it 2 nights again this year?
Yeah, one on the 4th and one on the 21st.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
Really? That far apart?
It's like 1 week and 4th week.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they're doing it like that. Yeah. But it's both, yeah.
I think they've got every top star on that match. They've got Okada, Tanahashi, Suzuki's there, Ospreay.
FTR is going to be there
as well.
Kairi
FTR's on the match as well, isn't they? They're facing
Bishamon.
Bishamon.
Yeah, Bishamon, yeah. Got to catch them all. And then and Leo Rush and Yo is going to be there.
He's retired.
He's always up and down. Is a joke, man. Who else is there? Yeah, Taji Ishimori, Tana Takahashi. Yes, it's a jam-packed card, man. It's gonna be good. And Jay White against Okada. Whoo, that's gonna be good. Yeah, definitely. All right, cool. Moving straight on now. Obviously, we're coming up to the Rumble season. Also, so you know, there's no other pay-per-views that's coming out, which, by the way, quick shout out. I'm probably going to remind you guys again, the end of year top pay-per-views and top worst pay-per-views are going to be coming out. The top best ones are coming out tomorrow, and the top worst is coming out on Boxing Day. You definitely don't want to miss the worst pay-per-view one, especially from a certain guy in this chat right now who completely went off skis on his rankings. So yeah,
should be I was pretty pissed at that point. And I had a prior engagement to go to. I had to go uptown for the drinks, and I had to basically run.
It didn't sound like it. You just couldn't wait to get that list off your chest. I was just like, but yeah, so yeah, be sure to check that out. But yeah, before we're gonna be leading up to the Rumble. There's not really been much talk from WWE going about the Rumble right now. I think who's entered himself already? I think is it Kofi Kingston?
Yeah,
That's about it.
Kofi's
It's
only
only
in.
him. Yeah, he's the first one to
It's Kofi and everyone from NXT 2.0.
basically. So yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on what do you think is gonna who is your favorite to win the Rumble? If it's not an obvious person. And what's what do you think the plans are gonna be going ahead to the Rumble?
I mean, I think so. I think for my winners of the men, it's going to be Cody. He'll come back from injury there, and he'll do his whole.
I said no one obvious, but you're going, go on, yeah.
Well, it's fucking Cody. What else is it going to be? It's not going to be fucking Happy Corbin main event in WrestleMania against Roman for the undisputed title. It's not that. I mean, women's is the hard one. Honestly, I got no clue. Fuck, I really got none. That's fucking terrible. Fuck.
Charlotte's won it already, hasn't she? Yeah, she has.
She's won it once before. Why the fuck is Charlotte? I mean, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Fuck it. Just random person. Alexa Bliss. I'm going to say he's going to win the Rumble from the women's side. I think Alexa Bliss. But I think some people we're going to see come back. I think we're going to see Matt Cardona, the woo boy. He's going to come as a surprise entrant. I would love for him to win it. That'd be fucking awesome. Matt Cardona just comes in, yeets everybody over, and just woos the whole crowd. I'd fucking take that. That'd be my best pay-per-view of the year. That'd be fucking awesome. We'll see Nick Aldis in there as well. I think he'll maybe make a reappearance. If Mickey makes an appearance in the female, like definitely something like that. Chelsea Green will probably come back with Matt. Other people I could see come back. Eric Rowan, I could probably see making an appearance as well. I was gonna say Bronson Reed, but obviously he just came back at Raw, so that's
underwhelming debut, I must say. But you're going.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see Eva Marie come back or something like that.
Apparently, speaking of her, it looks like she's teasing another thing as well because she just added back WWE Superstar on her Twitter bio, so everyone's kind of like, So yeah, there's that. Keep that in mind.
Eva Marie, Royal Rumble winner 2023.
Oh God. Imagine
maybe
that.
Dewdrop will come back as well or something.
Not as Dewdrop, as Piper Niven. Fucking drop that Dewdrop shit. Fucking
drop the Dewdrop.
Ridiculous. So your picks are Cody Rhodes and you're just throwing out there Alexa Bliss to win.
I mean, obviously the most obvious. Like someone said, The Rock. I think it was the boss, Allison, who said, "I see The Rock coming back," and I was like, "Really though?" Like the Rumble's meant to be a big thing, a big accomplishment on your record. You survived 30 or 40 other guys or women to get your shot. The Rock doesn't need that. The Rock could just come back and be like, "Hey, I made I was Black Adam. I made Rampage with me fighting gorillas. I was the Scorpion King match," and he'd be like, "All right." Triple H was like, "All right, bet, fuck him, fuck him up." He doesn't need a Rumble win. I mean,
that's Vince booking though. That would be a Vince booking.
That's a Vince move. Yeah. That's like Rock being like at the commentary table, just like hosting it and be like, and he's just like, "Oh well, fuck it, I might as well just show my shit." Hey, what? Mentioning commentary, I like to see Wade Barrett come into the Rumble.
I would have to say make an appearance, 100%.
But I want it to be like this. I want his music to hit. He runs from the commentary table up the ramp around the corner, and he has that big podium come up that used to have his bad news, Barrett. Yeah. He just does that, and he just goes, "Bad news. I'm withdrawing from the Rumble." Just comes back down and runs to the commentary team.
That'd be hilarious. Okay, that'd be hilarious. What about you, Ignacio? What's your plans? Do you think the plans are going to be for the Rumble, and who are your choices to win the Rumble?
Yeah, I think this is kind of like paving the road for Cody Rhodes to come back and take at least one of the titles off of Roman at WrestleMania. So I think it's a no-brainer. I think he's going to win it. I think the whole deal with Rock, and at first I kind of contemplated that being a possibility, but I just have a hard time. I have a hard time believing that they would have Rock as a surprise and not advertise him before so they can sell more tickets. Which, by the way, they don't need help. They don't need help selling tickets for the Royal Rumble. Like I think they were sold out. They were getting close to sold out of what they had, and they opened more tickets because
the Rumble is so perfect as television, as entertainment, as just a concept in itself that basically the Rumble name sells itself.
And the fact it's a new regime as well. It's a new regime.
Yeah, because they were the issue was they had it at the Alamo Dome. Was back in 2017 is so the last time they had it, they had to golf cart the guys.
Yes, that one. Oh my God! Yeah, they had to golf cart. Big Show, Mark Henry.
So what they did is they moved the ring closer to one side of the arena, and they'll say, okay, we'll X amount of tickets. And I think it was like 34,000. And if we get close to selling out, we'll go ahead and open more tickets, but let's keep the ring in this area. That way they don't have to walk so close to the ring. So I think that's what happened. But I think it's going to be Cody for the women's. I think it's going to be, I think they're keeping Rhea Ripley out of the title picture for now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to probably be Becky Lynch that wins unless, if they have a women's elimination chamber match, I think probably Rhea would probably win that, and then it would be Rhea and Becky at WrestleMania. But I think they're really set on having Rhea and Ronda, which at this point I don't think is the draw it was 4 or 5 years ago, or 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's probably Becky for the women's, and then for the men's, Cody. Some surprises. I was thinking Matt Cardona. I know he's doing a couple of outlaw mud shows in the middle of the month of January, but he might be finishing up his indie run.
He stopped taking bookings for next year.
Okay.
He revealed on his own.
Either way, he's poised. I think he's poised for a WWE return, and I think you're going to see a couple of the NXT guys that were probably going to debut after WrestleMania, like maybe Braun Breaker, Von Wagner.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes.
Maybe Carmelo Hayes. You'll see maybe one or two of those guys in there.
I could see Cora Jade, Indy Hartwell.
Yeah, you see a couple of those in there. I was thinking also on the men's side. Jesus, what's his name? Gacy. But I think they're going. They don't want to divert whatever they're doing with Schism right now. So they'll probably see Breaker, Von Wagner, maybe Carmelo Hayes in there. And then as far as like surprises and Matt Cardona, and I don't know who there's a rumor I read at a couple of sites, of sham sites is there's a quote unquote forbidden door entrant. That has a different meaning from AEW than WWE. I don't think it's anybody from New Japan, but maybe somebody from Impact. Maybe I don't know.
I honestly can see it being Mickey again, or maybe Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah. I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, my picks as far as like winners it's going to be Cody on the men's side, and then probably Becky Lynch on the female side. Which on the surface, as far as Becky seems kind of bland since she kind of already won it before. And
that's what I'm wondering.
Then Cody's kind of predictable, but it's the build of the Rumble and who they have in it and the surprises is what sells the show.
There's also there is a rumor that they're going on saying like when Cody does return, it looks like they're going to again resume the Rhodes and Rollins feud.
I don't think they need to do that at this point. I don't think they need to do that at this point. I think I think they put a bow on it. I think Rollins is doing great character work right now, and he's kind of got some momentum going as far as his character, and he's gotten some wins, and he got screwed out of the US. Well, he didn't get screwed out of the US 2. He lost, but I mean, I think he's just doing so well with his character. I think they should put him on a trajectory where they move him away from Cody, and probably I'll tell you what I would like to see at WrestleMania for Seth. I would like to see a match between him and Logan Paul, because I think the promos would be good. I think building the story would be good. And there's somebody else who I think is going to be a surprise entry in the Rumble, because I think he's close to getting healed up from his injury. It was Logan Paul. But I like to see Seth and Logan at WrestleMania. I think that'd be pretty good and interesting. I think that'd be a great attraction.
Okay, fair enough. Soul doesn't agree with Logan Paul. I take it.
Logan Paul.
But he's good. You can't.
Wrestler, yeah. Athletic, aye. I'm sorry. The whole Japanese Suicide Force thing, I can't get fucking behind at all.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. Yeah. As much as that, if I try to be as open minded, it's very hard. But it has to be. It probably is going to be Cody Rhodes that's going to win it, and I would dethrone him for all or maybe one of the titles, even though I don't know how they're going to do it. But even though there's also rumors that Reigns is going to be most likely fighting both nights.
I think he's got to. He's honestly got to at this point. I mean, it's more than likely he'll drop the WWE Championship to Cody. Cody will be the main draw for Raw. But, right, there's been a lot of talks like we're going to get new championship designs. I know there's tag ones have been like fucking waiting in the wing for like 20 years. And you're like, we're ready. Nah, not just yet. You're going to break yourself. But the WWE Championship, do you think we'll get a new design for that? Because people are like, we want the Winged Eagle back. And Cody's been like, ooh, if I win the championship, I'll bring back the Winged Eagle.
I'll be cool with that. I don't mind. Like, obviously, when I got into wrestling in Philadelphia, I came in during the undisputed title era, so I kind of missed the Winged Eagle part. But I do like the design.
I mean, I'm sorry. Why can't Cody just go and win the belt and bring back this fucking glorious looking title right here? Why can't he bring this back?
No!
Bring back the spinner. Hashtag it, everybody. We want this trending into the new year.
Not cool. Totally lame.
We want spinner back. I've taken it out of the shelf.
Not happening. No, I don't care how many toys that thing sold. I don't care how well it did in the merch. That is Cena's title and Cena's title's only, and that is staying there. It's not happening. So yeah, I'm sorry. It's bringing back that. It's either going to be a modernized version of the Winged Eagle. Probably going to modernize it. They would have to. But yeah,
I think they sell so much in the shop. It's going to be fucking hilarious. I mean, it's more likely going to be a Winged Eagle motivation with side plates because they're not going to stop the side plate design because they're just so
I like it.
Easy. I like the side plates. Don't get me wrong. I kind of like having like a traditional name on a championship though. I kind of like that. But I do get the big gold idea. I do like the side plates. They're really good. As I've said before multiple times in the show, the side plates are really good money wise, cost effective, and replica wise. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But hey, that'll be a modernized Winged Eagle. Maybe I'll get behind it. Maybe I'll just ask for the spinner back.
Yeah, so far they're not doing too bad. They are going to do everything. I think they're going to finally get rid of the NXT Rainbow Belt, and everything else. So
I'm probably in the minority here, but I actually like the rainbow variant.
Oh god.
No, look, don't get me wrong. See on the women's belt, the NXT women's belt, it looks really nice.
Yeah, for the women's belt, but not for the men's.
Kinda not. I mean, it's alright.
I actually like the original, the one, what's the name one? The one,
like Adam Cole has had.
The first one, the one Seth Rollins one.
Oh, that one, the big NXT on it.
The
one that was like the non Xbox logo. It was
the fucking Duke.
Well, it was
the Duke belt.
It was different. And then when Bobby Roode, I think it was Bobby Roode who debuted the new one. What kind of looks like what it has now, except the black and gold, whatever. I thought that one was pretty cool because it's a knockoff of the big gold belt, right?
The NXT titles designs have slapped for most parts. I don't think they've had a very bad design in general.
No, there's no worse design. I mean, the North American one is fine.
The tag belts are just the tag belts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're just there. Yeah, they're just I guess mid, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, my choice is will have to be Cody Rhodes. For the women's one, fuck me. It is pretty much open. The open goals would be either Becky Lynch or Charlotte. I don't know why they're waiting in the wings with Charlotte because she's not injured. She's ready to go. But yeah, I guess it would be Becky maybe, and then just to have the big blow off, and then Ronda loses at Mania. pretty much to Becky. But yeah, the heat behind it, especially because of Ronda's work, is it hasn't got that much heat. So I don't know. We'll have to see on there. But leave it in the comments as well who you think your picks for the men and women's rumble respectively. Speaking of the women's roster, someone that is not there, Mandy Rose. So okay, cool, fair enough. Obviously she's been let go from WWE for reasons. If you don't know, go check your Reddit or whatnot. But in terms of things, and people are saying, is she gonna like go to another company? Is she going to, go to Hollywood and everything? Well, by the looks of it, she's gonna pretty much be stick to what she's doing, because I think her agent said that she's pretty much gonna be by Christmas a self-made millionaire, thanks to her her what's the word I'm looking for? Her platform, if you will. So for some reason, everyone's been very divisive online as to what she's doing and whatnot. To me, I think it's a bit much in terms of like the hate or the backlash that she's getting. I don't think she's doing anything that mad, considering what WWE used to be like back in the day. I know it was a different time, and different era, but it's yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Let me just get your thoughts on this situation. Ignacio, what's your thoughts on was it surprising to you when they let her go pretty much the next day she lost the title? And do you think she deserves the slack that she's been getting lately on good old Twitter?
Well, I thought originally they took the title off her. I thought I thought maybe they were going to give her like 6 weeks off, and then she was probably going to be in the Rumble, and then eventually debut on the main roster. And then the next day I wake up and there's oh man,
it was that's a quick snowball. It just went. Yeah. It was like what the hell? Like,
look, I thought it was a little extreme as far as her punishment or discipline and stuff. And I've only heard of some of the photos or videos or whatever she posted. I haven't done any of my personal investigating, but
that's a nervous laugh, Ignacio. What's going on?
No, I would gladly admit it. But this is, I just thought it was a little extreme. And I know, like you said, it different time, whatever, with WWE back then. Vince McMahon had Trish Stratus crawling and barking like a dog and all this stuff, and but I mean, I just thought it was a little extreme. I thought, everybody's like, well, it's publicly traded, and then they need to sell action figures and stuff like that, dude. What publicly? There's a publicly traded companies that own subsidiaries, that own production companies that do movies that have violence and nudity in them and all this stuff, and then they make action figures for those movies and all that shit. So I don't buy this, like, oh, it's Mattel and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I thought it was I think maybe 90-day suspension, no pay, all that stuff. But the thing is that with her, she put her foot down. She said, no, I'm not taking it down. And because she was making an exorbitant amount of money, and then she stuck to her guns, and what happened, and she doesn't seem to care. And she's, her agent come out and said, well, I mean, she's a self-made millionaire. Well, I can't say she's self-made millionaire. I mean, pretty much WWE did all her marketing and advertising for her. I mean, that's the reason why she had so many subscribers, was because she's an active WWE superstar. Not that that number is going to go down because she's not a superstar anymore, or maybe it will a little bit. Who knows? But look, I think she'll be fine. I think she's going to probably be on the independent circuit, as far as not maybe wrestling, maybe here. Who knows? Maybe she is, but she doesn't need to. She'll appear at some signings. I wouldn't be surprised for her to do some autograph signings. Yeah, she'll definitely do that. And I'm pretty sure for a while her line is going to be around the block. But I just thought initially it was a little extreme on their as far as like their punishment. But I mean, who's to say she's not going to be back? She'd probably be, within the next 6 months, year, 24 months or so. So
Yeah.
I did. You know what I did have an issue with? You know what I did have an issue with? I did have an issue with. Well, people were throughout the week have been saying, well, Tony Khan should have sent the private jet and put her on Dynamite the next day. Okay, and not only I'm not talking about just wrestling fans were saying that. I'm talking about prominent personalities and people in the wrestling business are going on their podcasts and saying that. And I was just like, dude, okay, and to do what? Like, oh, I'm here and this happened to me, and do some sly comment about WWE, and I'll see you on Rampage. What the fuck? Like, what was she gonna do for that 1 day contract appearance that would have been on Dynamite the next day? Because you can't give her the contract she wants within 24 hours. So what would she would have done for that one night? They bump a rating up just for 1 week, and the next week they're back to the problem that they had before for the ratings. So that's senseless logic coming from some prominent people in the wrestling business, that she would have made the appearance the next night on Dynamite, and then what? What do you do with her?
And there's also
that bothered me.
There's also that thing called the no contract contract
Well,
clause.
does she have a non-compete since she got fired?
No. Yeah, okay. It's still technically released. So yeah, the only thing is no one knows if she. I think even though she was on NXT, and I know people that get released in NXT, you have a 30-day clause. Okay. But even though she was in NXT, she was still on a main roster contract, so she wouldn't be on TV for 90 days. Okay. So yeah, people that
say take that off the table, and let's go with what those individuals were saying. I mean, that's just it doesn't make sense. I mean, there's like, well, Luger did it with Nitro, and that's because Luger had been negotiating with WCW a month, maybe months before.
Yeah,
at least a month before. She hasn't had any contact with AEW or Tony Khan, so it just wouldn't have made sense. It doesn't make sense now from what you indicated. So that's the only thing that bothered me about it.
That's fair enough. Quick side note before I pass it over to you, Soul. Obviously regarding with Mandy as well. It is very hypocritical from WWE regarding the firing, especially when Athena went on Chris Van Vliet's show and then the officials told her, like, you need to be as we want you to be as attractive or as sexy as Mandy Rose and how she portrays herself. And when Athena said no, they got rid of her, and then Mandy Rose has been doing. It's nothing new. She's been having that site for months, for quite some time, and all of a sudden they just feel like, oh yeah, it's a bit too much. Yeah, there you go. It's just like this ain't breaking news to y'all. Whatever. Anyway, so what's your thoughts on the situation, if you have any?
I'm going to take these off just to be a bit serious. Well, this. As you know, in the Soul Sessions, I had Alex Wunder on the show, who is the current Rev Pro Women's Champion. And we talked about these kind of exclusive content stuff. And obviously, she is a women's champion for one of the major promotions here in the UK, Rev Pro, who've done great stuff in New Japan and everything. And she talked about the stigmatization of it and how a lot of taboo, but she sees enjoyment in it. And I see, if you're doing something that you find fun and it's not causing harm to anybody, then do it, And if you're making money from it, then hey, more power to you. You're able to do this thing if you enjoy it and you can see it as a career, then hey, go for it. If there's a market for something, people are going to buy it. It's a tough one for me to say because I don't want to burn any bridges with any companies or get anyone pissed off or say anything. So I will say that at the end of the day, I will just say this. I wish the best for Mandy Rose. I thought she really improved in NXT. What she was doing with the Women's Championship for that brand was probably the best thing she's done in her entire run as a performer and as a wrestler. I hope she's going to be okay. She probably will be with the money she's getting from this platform. And yeah, I mean, hey, I'm just wishing her the best and everything she can do. I can understand both sides, positives and negatives. But at the end of the day, what's done is done. She doesn't seem too broken up about it, neither does the company. And hey, let them go their separate ways and do what they got to do. I will say though, I mean, as soon as I heard the news broke, I went to eBay and I did buy this.
Nice.
So yeah, that's
Dude,
where
I
I
was
explain,
gonna.
explain what that. Oh, it's a signed trading card from Randy Rose
Well,
herself.
back home, dude. Well, back home, like back in a couple months ago, I went back. I drove back home, and there's a comic book store I like to go to. That they've had appearances, like they've invited wrestlers and stuff for signings, but they sell Funko figures, they sell wrestling cards, dude. And I was gonna buy a box of the NXT edition wrestling cards that I think has that Mandy Rose cards. And the key was, but I didn't. Now I'm kicking myself in the ass.
so when I went onto eBay originally, this was 70 quid.
Okay.
Bought it. I had to look at the American market for how much this goes for. It goes for 800 quid. Man's made his profit.
This is Ignacio right now.
Fuck! 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 Fuck!
Pretty close
I mean,
to it.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I may be the soul man, I may be the Dawn of Scotland, I may be the MVP of the Republic, but I am a businessman at the end of the day.
There you go. Hey, one more thing. Look, just kind of branch what Soul is, dude. And then like what these people are trying to do, people being the wrestlers, is they're just trying to secure their futures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Adam Cole and the what's his name? The New Day guys, and they do the video game stuff.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona, they let him do the action figure, the major pod, which I liked, and the action figure thing, and they said, fuck, do whatever you want with him. Dude, because these guys, they can go so far making money off their fame, right? After they decide to retire, whenever that is. And now they have longer careers more than ever, right? Because of the schedule or whatever. But I mean, look at like recently Bray Wyatt's uncle, Barry Windham, who in the late 80s was the legit top 3 wrestlers in the world. Like, dude, go back and watch his old matches with Flair, Blanchard, and stuff like that in the 80s. Dude, the guy had a heart attack, and they had to start a fund me, to help pay for his medical bills. So these guys don't got medical insurance. Like when they leave the business, what do? What if something happens? They get sick. The CTE stuff. They need medical attention. So I mean, they're just trying to secure their futures. So I don't know. I'm kind of with Soul on that one as far as like the content's the content, and she wasn't hurting anybody.
No.
If some kid logs on to pretend to be a 21-year-old or whatever it is, that's another issue. But I mean, it's she's just trying to secure a future along with what the other guys do. They need to make money.
And that's the thing. That's the aim of life, right? You want to have multiple streams of income. And everyone knows that, especially WWE wrestlers, they are severely underpaid. The top people, even Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, they are still underpaid. Like the amount of money that WWE makes, and I don't think that Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar are seeing even a third of what they actually earn. So people are incredibly underpaid. And the fact that she said, no, I'd rather stick to my platform than stay with you guys because I'm making way more bank, and I'm on a main roster contract, and I'm making way more bank down there.
Well, because they still pay for their own travel, right? They pay.
Most people do.
Maybe,
I know,
maybe when they don't go overseas and stuff, but I mean, in
yeah,
States, they still pay for their own travel. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's the overseas ones they don't pay for you because they all go together in it. Or so it makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, like they're still being treated as independent contractors.
Correct.
But WWE just wants to have their cake and eat it, and it's fucking disgusting. That's the long stated argument regarding them. So I don't know. Yeah, but like Soul said, more power to her. All the best. She ain't doing nothing wrong. Go where the money's at. If that's what makes you happy, and you're able to live lavish, that's all that matters. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Thanks for the increase in money, Mandy. I really appreciate that.
Definitely. Just before we sign off, just wanted to obviously gather your thoughts on obviously we're just a week away before 2023. And yeah, this is the time of the year we want to, give our thoughts on who we think who we want to see as champion, or who has the furthest potential and speaking of, especially for next year, we've also been putting together our awards, if you will, of of like who we think is like the wrestler of the year, women's wrestler of the year, tag team, all that stuff is going to be on Wrestling Republic's page. But yeah, our friend Soul wants to give his 2 twos on the whole situation. It was very fun putting that together, wasn't it? So
5 hours of hell, man. God damn, man. Fuck. I mean, I want to get used to sense on it because I was there at the creation. I was there at the birth. What did you guys think when you got the list of all the names, the tag teams, and the matches?
I mean,
Chaos, you go first. We don't know who the winner is. We'll say this to the viewers. As of right now of recording, we don't know who's won which categories. Yeah. But there were basically, I'll say for the viewers what it was. We were given a pool of 10 individuals to vote from. And that's what the fire discussion I'm referring to is me, and some of the heads of the department, we all just basically went through the list of wrestlers who we thought deserved to be on this pool, sent out to our teams, and they made a vote from the pool. So Chaos, I'll let you go first about what did you think about the people selected on the list?
I mean, there was some obvious choices on there that was just like, okay, I understand. Okay, yes. Who the is this guy? Why would he be potentially even considered being on here? Some in terms of the matches that was chosen. Again, there was some obvious ones. There was some that was very questionable. I had to do mine twice. I ain't gonna lie, because I was just like, I thought this was the set, and then for some reason it took me a minute to realize, just scroll right, and I was like, there's all these other ones. Still, okay, fair enough. So I had to do mine twice. But yeah, it was very interesting choices. Some of them were very like, some of them didn't deserve to be on there, but yeah, it was okay. It was all right, and yeah, I said my 2 twos on my choices, obviously, and yeah, hopefully that will come to light. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Hey Matthew, what about you, bud? What were your thoughts on the fucking selection pool?
Well, a couple of them I thought you should have put all of the above section there, or answer. There's like it's got, and I put my explanation on there on like the women's division. I think all year has been very underwhelming for both companies. I made my choice.
Yeah, that one was my hardest part. That was for me.
Yeah, that's the one I left last too. I won't lie, I left the women of the year last.
Yeah, and like the newcomer or most improved. I thought there was like a choice between two, and then the selection I picked, and I give a little bit of my explanation. I do think I'll give my answer for this one. Can I give my answer just for this?
Go ahead. I ain't give a fuck. I ain't paying you.
Oh, okay. So I picked Powerhouse Hobbs because I just think that if you would just given the TV time that Tony has given like Yuta and Garcia and like Cassidy and those guys, I think if he got the TV time that they did, that he'd be farther along where he is now.
I'm glad to hear it now, because I fought for him to remain on the fucking list.
Really?
Fair enough.
What the fuck?
Fight. That's how crazy this thing was. I was
we'll go through all the categories now. I don't know if people remember their picks, but we'll go through it. Fuck it, this will be fun. So we had obviously the Men of the Year, Male Wrestler of the Year. I picked Jon Moxley. I think he deserves it. I know you probably fucking picked Roman Reigns, you wanker. Fucking dick. Nasio, who did you pick for Men of the Year?
Fuck it. No, it wasn't Reigns. Oh, it was Seth Rollins.
Really?
Wow. Oh, okay, fair enough.
The only person who voted for Seth.
Wait, we basically chose the Shield, basically.
Yeah, we basically chose the Shield.
Yeah,
it shows how fucking good they are. All right, Women's Wrestler of the Year. Who did you all pick? I picked Jade.
Who the hell did I choose? I think I chose either Britt. I think I chose Britt.
You think you chose Britt? Ignacio, do you remember who you picked for Woman of the Year?
I picked again, I explained that it's been kind of underwhelming, and the women that are top, the women that are on top have always been on top, and they've been on top for a while. Then nothing really changed. So I picked Mandy because of her character development in NXT.
Fair enough.
Fair point. Tag Team of the Year. I picked The Acclaimed.
I chose FTR.
Chose FTR. Fair dues. Hey, I don't blame you. I honestly don't. That was a hard one for me. I had to pick. It was either FTR, Bucks, or Acclaimed, and I just felt the Acclaimed outshined a wee.
I know Ignacio chose the Bucks. I know he definitely did.
Fuck 'em.
Right, female tag team of the year. This was a fun category to build for this one.
This was hard. I ain't gonna front. I'll let Ignacio go for that. What did you choose?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't even think I give an answer for that bullshit.
See me, I kind of cheated because I put like I was just stumped, so I was just like, fuck it. Let me just choose Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. And
I picked Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker too.
And then I did the explanation, and I just put NA. I was just like, and then it was just no, you gotta put an explanation. I was like, for fuck's sake.
I put toxic attraction.
I want to know your thoughts on what did you think of all the random weird Japanese teams that were on the list, like Bubblegum Sugar and Black Desire.
I thought they were like created characters. I do know who they were. I didn't bother to even look. I don't know what the fuck they were. That's how you know when the women's division is struggling, because I didn't know what the fuck.
Most improved. Who did you put? I think I put Wheeler Yuta for that.
I think I put Jamie Hayter. I think simply be the fact because of how she has organically gone over. This wasn't management. This was the fans that got her over. So therefore, she must have done some improvement for fans to really get on her side. So that's why I thought, from that aspect, I thought that she was the most improved.
Now, so who did you put for most improved?
I think I put Hobbs, right?
Yeah, but yeah, you said Hobbs, yeah.
I put Hobbs.
Amazing. What do you guys put for match of the year? So for our viewers, the match of the year were a 3-point selection. I'll just say that. So I picked number 3. I picked the Elite versus Hangman and Dark Order at All Out. My second match was Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle. And number 1 was the dog collar match with Punk and MJF at Revolution.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So my 2 was definitely the ones your 2, third and second. My first match was actually the dog collar match with FTR and the Briscoes.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I put.
Ignacio, what were your top 3 matches on the list, bro?
All right, this will be my last one because I got to log off. But
there it is.
I didn't pick FTR and Briscoes because I guess maybe because this is biased, but I was there for their first match and I thought that was actually their best match for the first one at WrestleMania. My number 1 was that I can't remember what my 2 and 3 were, but my number 1 was Sheamus and Gunther because dude, it was just unlike anything we had seen in WWE for a while. I mean, it was hard hitting. They laid the shit in. That was the most like quote unquote sports presentation match that there's been in WWE in a long time, and it revitalized Sheamus. So that was my number 1. I like that one.
Nah, it was this is gonna be a fun list. I mean, oh fuck! What do you guys pick for promotion and TV program of the year? I picked obviously AEW and AEW Dynamite.
I chose AEW and AEW. Okay, so yeah, I chose promotion of the year was AEW, I'd say. And yeah, I'd say it was very tight between, because obviously there was that halfway point where Raw was terrible, but now it's gotten more improved and much better. But yeah, Dynamite. Ultimately, I chose Dynamite as my.
Ignacio, what did you pick for promotion of the year and TV show of the year?
I will let you go because I'll let you go.
Let him go. He has the answer. He's no fucking.
I got SmackDown for the show of the year, just simply because of the Bloodline storyline.
Understandable.
And then in WWE because they just been knocking out of the park as far as their pay-per-views. Like they won the quote unquote pay-per-view war.
All right, you've answered you, Mark. You can fuck off. You've done it.
right before I go, I'm just the viewers out there. I'm seeing Dynamite tonight, and the next time we do a show, I'll do a little review on it or whatever you guys.
Let me know what the merch table's like.
What?
Let me know what the merch table's like. I want to know what the merch they're selling.
I'm gonna let what the merch table's like. I'm gonna let everybody know what the actual crowd is like, how many people actually show up, and all that stuff.
Buy an AEW championship so we can laugh at Chaos because he doesn't have one.
No, quick question: are you going to be on the hard cam, or are you behind the cam?
I'm facing the hard cam.
Okay, but you probably won't be. You won't be on camera.
Nah,
I have a sign that says "Twats, I'm here."
All right. Well, enjoy the show, Ignacio.
Enjoy Dynamite, bud.
We'll speak
Yes, sir.
soon.
Take care.
Peace.
Good man. Lucky fucker.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ah.
Cool. Yeah. The list is going to be very interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think we pulled over maybe 10 or 12 people for this, so the end of year awards is going to be very interesting. Who knows who's going to fucking win what? But
I think the most obvious ones I assume would be the men wrestler of the year, and probably the match of the year. I think that one will probably go to it's going to be between the dog collar match, CM Punk and MJF, or Gunther versus Sheamus. I'd say. One of those three.
We're spoiled for choices.
Spoiled for choices, for sure. But yeah, other than that, I think we've come to the end of the show on that instance, really. As always, thank you very much for joining us, Soul, on this glorious.
I will say before we head off,
yes.
I mean, at the end of the year, this is our pretty much near our first full year doing this, because we started at the start of this year.
Yeah, definitely.
What a journey.
What a journey. Yeah, I remember the first episode we came on, and you was just like, if you watch back that episode, I kind of watched it recently, and it was very was very preserved. You was just like,
it was very safe and like subtle. But now look at it now. I mean, fuck me and you. I slept in your fucking house. That's an evolution of our shit. That we've basically like went from one random shitty WWE pay-per-view at the start of the year to near enough every fucking week or something like that doing a show, Clash, staying in your house, and now we're gonna go to Wrestle fucking Mania next year.
Yes, spoiler alert. Yes, we are going.
Spoiler, fellas. Take it to the table. Wrestle Republic and the Soul Sessions are going to WrestleMania. We will be there for Mania night 1, night 2, and we're gonna be treated like fucking kings.
Definitely. You're gonna be seeing all kinds of shindigs. Interviews.
You better bring a camcorder that's gonna have like 50 gigs of memory, because you're gonna be recording.
I don't think 50 gigs is gonna be enough. I think I need 512 or some shit.
You need a terabyte. You need a fucking Xbox Series X hard drive to hold this shit, bro. I mean, we're gonna get into so much shit as well. I think we've got a lot planned for this, but the viewers, you're gonna be treated for us at Mania. It's fucking two Welsh boys, a Scotsman, and a fucking bunch of Americans. We're fucking. This is it's like one of them frat houses you get in them MTV shows, and it's like, welcome to the crib, and it's like once someone's passed out, someone has a bunch of ladies in the room. I'll be in the fucking pool on a Lilo with a pint of Guinness.
Someone's diving from like the stairs onto like a table, like a really hard plastic table.
Yeah, it's like someone's trying to do an RKO and they're broken their spleen, which is it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. This will be my first WrestleMania as well, so it's gonna be quite an experience.
Make sure you bring a lot of suntan though. LA's hot, especially at that time of year. So I don't want to hear no sizzling.
I ain't ginger. I'll be fine.
Fair enough.
I may be Scottish, but I ain't that fucking Scottish.
Fair enough. Cool.
The only deciding factor I'm thinking of is, do I bring a kilt?
You press Drew McIntyre. Look!
Representation. I'm from the homeland.
No, it's gonna be lit. Yeah, WrestleMania 1 and 2, Raw after Mania. It's gonna be absolutely nuts. I just gotta make sure my son doesn't see it, because I'm gonna be a wreck.
We gonna be drinking hard, bro.
Yeah. No, I gotta be the sensible one out of y'all. Like, y'all,
fuck off, bro. You ain't gotta be sensible.
I'm the recording guy. I have to record and put the shit up. Like, I have to be fucking.
We're a GoPro. Attach it to your chest and you'll be fine. You bubble around and say it's shaky cam. Say it's 3D, 4D experience. Oh
my god. I might just have to do that at that rate, definitely.
Hey, fuck it. I don't give a shit. We'll fucking survive at the end of the day for this kind of thing, man. I mean,
when we come back, we're gonna be slumped on our plane seats with like just hoodies up and sunglasses on, just like.
I can more than see you, Allison, getting back to the country. Fine, I'll probably be locking border control. With the
you're fucked. You're gonna be detained.
I ain't coming back. It's like,
You're gonna be detained. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. We'll be just like, sorry, bro. We'll look out for your suitcase, maybe. I don't know.
take my AEW championship back. Take my baby back.
Yeah, man. No, it's gonna be lit. Can't wait. It's not even that far either. It's like,
nah, it's gonna be enough. What, 3-4 months soon?
yeah, 3 months, less than 3 months actually. Yeah.
I can't imagine how hyped we're gonna be, like, because I'll probably be tuning into like WWE Product more often just to find out what the matches are.
Fair enough. Yeah, you have to.
I can see us doing a show and being like, bro, this match got announced. We're gonna see this shit live. Ah, fuck.
Do a special episode for each individual match. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Imagine if we get to see The Rock live.
Yeah, I've seen it twice, but yeah, you guys will be it'll be a wet dream.
Hey, I've seen Sting wrestle live.
Yeah, I envy you. I envy you more. Yes, Stinger. That's
I saw Stinger and Punk before he left.
Yeah. With his Ring of Honor theme and everything, man. Yeah, that's it, man. So yeah,
I can't. That match better be Winner of the Year, or I'll fucking resign and work at Wrestle Talk or something like that. I'll fucking jump ship.
Support Wrestle Talk now.
Wrestle Talk. And I'll be there with Simon Miller, just like giving thumbs up while flipping off the Republic.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, we might have to see if we can find them. See if we can rival them somehow. I don't know.
Yes.
We'll do a tag team match. Simon Miller and what's that nerd with the glasses?
No,
Adam Wilborn.
Yes.
Yeah. Do a triple threat tag. So me and you versus Sam Miller and Adam Wilborn, and in Wrestle Talk, what's the guy? The famous guy?
Adam Blompier.
Adam Blompier and was it Luke Owen?
Yeah.
No, what's the guy with the mask?
Oh, Tempest.
Tempest, yeah.
Oh god, that'd be a match for the ages. Fuck WrestleMania. That'd be the main event there. We'll have the
right in the parking lot. Fuck it.
yeah, we'll win though, and then we'll be presented with the fucking shitty Raw color band fruitastic belts. Like, yes, I have a winder as my belt. Lovely.
Winders. Oh god, I remember those. Yeah, we're going off a tangent, but yeah, it has been an awesome year. I've been blessed. I've been lucky to have you as a great guest alongside Ignacio with your little clashes. I fucking love it. As I said, our end of year top 5 best and worst pay-per-view videos are coming out. The top 5 best is coming out tomorrow. As of this recording, well, so when this comes out, probably later on the day. So yeah. And then the top 5 worst pay-per-views of the year is going to be coming out on Boxing Day. So you have a little something to watch while you chew down on your leftovers for Christmas.
We'll see our worst matches, and someone will get offended and choke on a Brussels sprout.
Worst match, worst pay-per-view. They've been
AEW everything.
AEW everything, yeah.
He's like, oh my god, what happened to Jerry? He saw chaos. He hated revolution. Fair dues. That's a way to go.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and yeah, on to 2023. Are you looking forward to Christmas, by the way? Before we sign off.
No, of course I am. It's gonna be fun. I mean, who knows? It'll be a white Christmas. I don't know what the fuck we'll be doing up here in Scotland. I mean, every day is just fucking chilly as shit. But yeah, I will say here for the Soul Sessions, right now I'm just doing recaps on the Instagram story of the guests of the year.
Yes.
And maybe Christmas Day or Boxing Day, I will be releasing a wee statement about the show's future for 2023. Just to tune on that at the Soul Sessions official on the Instagram if you want to find out what's going to happen next year.
As James Gunn got to you, yeah? Did he have a little talk?
I'm still kicking.
Fair enough. Cool. That's good to know. Yeah, other than that, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know how this goes. Make sure you follow us at Wrestling Republic on Instagram, as well as official_TITTT for your latest updates and posts and reviews and whatnot. I will be more active. That is my New Year resolution. I'll be more active on the IG as well, because yeah, I've been feeling like I've been mainly pushing everyone to Wrestling Republic when I need my own little fan base here, you know?
Ooh, he's fucking deferring. He's fucking
I'm not deferring. I just want to, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, you know what? That's another conversation for me and the boss. But yeah, other than that, This has been Taken to the Table. I have been your host, Chaos. He has been Soul. Until next time, guys, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Peace.
Lovely holidays, everybody.